If the Gold Star is an iconic example of Britain's motorcycling past, where are the icons of the future going to come from? The answer, I believe, can be found here at the annual Bikeshed exhibition, which for the last few years has taken place at Tobacco Dock in London. It's a showcase for the new wave custom scene, which has revolutionised motorcycling. It all started in Japan about 15 years ago, but now has gone global. The idea is simple. Instead of buying off the shelf, get yourself an old bike, get your angle grinder out and come up with your own custom. As guiding spirit Dutch Van Summeren told me, individuality is the key.
People sort of seen as being a little bit like punk rock. It's about breaking the rules, doing things you shouldn't do, mixing and matching sounds and fashions and styles, and I think that's what this scene's doing with bikes.
But things have changed in the new wave scene. Big manufacturers like Motor Guzzi and Triumph have started to sell mass production bikes, which look just like shed-built one-offs. And Bikeshed itself has now got a large permanent new base in Shoreditch, just about the most fashionable part of East London. So has Bikeshed gone mainstream? Only one way to find out. So welcome to Shoreditch. I've got my reusable water bottle, I've got my lumberjack shirt on, and I've come to the home of custom bike building today. Straight away, you sense where things are going. This isn't just an exhibition space. It's a cafe, a barber's shop, and a very snazzy clothes shop selling both bike gear and casual clothing. Tell you what, this whole scene has come a long way since someone in Japan got hold of an SR500 with an angle grinder. It's now truly become, well, a lifestyle. Dutch sees this as an extension of his Bikeshed philosophy.
I wanted to create a space that if you were a biker and an aficionado, you'd love it. And if you were someone that used to ride bikes, you'd love it. And if you were someone that was maybe thinking about riding one day, you'd love it. So we're a motorcycle club, but you don't need to join the club and you don't need to bring a motorcycle.
A quick deco at the cafe shows you how different it all is. This is most definitely not egg and chips at the Ace Cafe. But Dutch is unapologetic. Biking has just moved with the times.
I think biking is more accessible than it ever was. It's cool again, which is quite nice. I think for a while biking became geeky and nerdy and then niche, and now it's cool. I don't know if mainstream's the right word because the spirit of biking will never be mainstream.
What about the bikes though? Have custom stars also gone quinoa, smashed avocado with a balsamic drizzle? It's clear that motorbiking has moved a long way from the Ace Cafe on the North Circular. But what about the bikes? I've asked two of the leading lights in the new wave custom scene to bring in their latest creations. First up, this fabulous Motor Guzzi V50, restyled by Adam Kay.
This build came to us with a guy called Joe who he was given it by his father-in-law-to-be. He'd had it since new. It was sitting in a shed, rotting away, and he said he knew his son-in-law was a bike rider. He has a BMW R9T, so he liked that sort of classic look, and he gave it to him and said, what are you going to do with it?
If you want to know what a stock V50 used to look like, here it is. Not quite a new wave CAF racer. Though Adam is the main builder, he's tried to involve his client as much as possible. If you're not going to sit in the shed because you don't have the time, yeah, and you've got a bit of money, so you can pay you, then that's perfect if you come down to your workshop and get involved.
He felt like every time he came into the workshop, he slept better that night because his mind was taken away from his own business. He could actually concentrate, just chop up a bit of metal, do some filing, rebuild the engine under our supervision, all sorts of different things he did with us. And then he went away and went, that was amazing, that was better than therapy.
Customising a 30-year-old Motor Guzzi is typical Bikeshed territory, but for new kids on the block like De Bolex, even brand new bikes are fair game. This 2017 Triumph Thruxton is a distinctly high-end custom. Biking royalty, you might say. Do you mind me asking who this was for?
This is actually for the Prince of Brunei, Prince Mateen, yeah. So it's been...
Prince of Brunei?
Yeah.
Is he a biker?
Well, absolutely,
Obviously.
yeah. A biker who flies helicopters, and yeah, he's quite keen into
I
normal
wish,
machines.
mate. I want to be a biker who flies helicopters. This Yamaha XJR 1300 is another new bike that's been given a Debolex makeover.
So on a quick release catch, you pop the seat off, and then you pull this little tag here, and that pops the rear tail off. So that gives us your luggage compartment to put your cheese sandwiches or whatever you want to put in there.
Yeah, yeah, or your quinoa. Yeah.
And then, in comes the luggage rack,
Oh my God.
and that clips on.
Wow. Look at that. But you see, sorry, that's a long way from an angle grinder and
Yeah.
an XS 650 or whatever, isn't it?
Absolutely.
I mean, the workmanship and design of that is more akin to production.
Yeah, and I think maybe for me that might be where my future might lie. And for me, they're commission builds, but they're platforms for me to really develop my skills and push my skills.
Looking further ahead, Callum and Adam are agreed on one thing. We'll all soon be electric. God help us.
Looking at the future and the way things are going, younger generation, all that kind of stuff, it's going to be electric bikes, and they'll be modifying them in similar ways, but also very different ways, and there'll be a different kind of romance to it.
There is something about riding a bike that is silent, and you actually hear the road, hear the chain, hear the forks working. It's quite disconcerting to start with, but once you get used to that, you know what's going on, because usually the engine noise is so loud, the exhaust is so loud, you don't hear any of that at all.
You see,
But
I call that music, mate. Do you know what I mean?
No, it is a music of sorts, but there's other types of music as well. Listening to the road, listening to so your own thoughts go through your head. I've ridden a lot of different types of bikes, and if something that's too loud, all I hear is that noise. I think, I can't wait to get off this bike.
Yeah, no,
It drives me mad.
I do
So
agree.
maybe a silent bike could be something that you could occasionally ride
Yeah.
and get. So, and especially, I think.
Part of your stable, should we call it that?
Yes.
Just to get me in slowly.
Yes.
Yeah.
But also, I live fairly central in London, and I know that I will have to ride an electric bike in the next few years, because I think petrol bikes, that's going to go. They will be banned, or you're going to have to pay a lot of money to ride into London.
We've got a lot of demonstrations before that, hopefully.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
I hope it doesn't happen, because it's
I
such a
could
small...
become a fundamentalist or something. And that's where I beg to differ. Though I truly love and respect the energy of Bikeshed and all of the things going on here, I can't help thinking about what attracted me to the scene in the first place. And that was bikes like this.
To me, this is one of the coolest bikes I've ever owned. And it just brings a big smile when you ride it, and also to passers-by.
It's a mongrel made up from odds and ends from all over the place. Now, my mate Chris started off with a discarded, horrible Z400 Kawasaki, of which he got the angle grinder out and hit the frame massive. He added a small BSA tank, a DTR 125 front end, and a little Honda CAF Racer seat unit. I then found a small Stibe sidecar body in a hedge, put that on, put a Morris Minor wheel on it, and bingo, you've got yourself what I reckon is a well-cool sled. This bike is never going to have an electric engine. It's never going to be ridden by the Crown Prince of Brunei, but it was put together with tender loving care and passion. So it's great to see Bikeshed developing, but long live the angle grinderocracy. Get out there and chop till you drop.